Do you know what the word hope means? In A Simple Christmas, the message was about hope at Journey's Crossing on Sunday. And Brooke walked us through how we use the word hope. And I imagine that many of us realize that we don't use it in a biblical sense. Now, the good news is that our usual usages of hope are actually temporal and they're unstable, while the hope discussed in Sunday's message was far more foundational and eternal. We were challenged to think about hope differently than we usually do, because it usually translates to wishful thinking, at best, really. Like, I hope the Detroit Lions are gonna make the playoffs, or blind optimism, such as, if I hope hard enough, maybe I'll get a new job in 2021. Now, when we hear hope framed in those terms, we realize that this is how we use the word a lot of the time, and it's certainly how we hear hope expressed in our culture. Hope becomes sort of a positive emotion that we cling to in order to persevere. Or we hope for lofty goals that are probably unattainable, and we make New Year's resolutions that, if we're honest, those will probably fade by March. Now, what's even more dangerous is that we make hope something that we must do to achieve what we want. Now, the definition of functional theism given in the message was telling. Here's the definition: the belief that ultimate responsibility for everything rests with us. This is the unconscious, unexamined conviction that if anything decent is going to happen here, we're the ones who are going to make it happen. A conviction held even by people who talk a good game about God. So who wants to be a functional atheist at Christmas? None of us. That's why we need God's true hope. As was said on Sunday, hope is not dependent on circumstances or an action, but it's actually something you can have and you can hold on to. This can change your life. Even 2020 can't kill this real hope. So Proverbs 13:12 says, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. This rock solid, verifiable, true hope that is independent of circumstances or positive willpower is the heart of the Christmas story. As we focus on all that happened in the first century Palestine this week, rejoice that at Christmas we can discover or rediscover real hope. So today, Father, mighty God in heaven, you are eternal, you are faithful, you are kind, you are sacrificial and generous. You sent your Son. God, I have not always understood what true hope is. Pray with me. I haven't understood true hope all the time, and I haven't understood the true hope that you give. And I want to grasp that hope as never before this Christmas. I need it. Please help me today, and thank you for your grace and your love and your mercy and your goodness and your faithfulness and your provision and your protection and your safety. God, we trust you, and we pray right now that you would help us, and we pray this in your name, and thank you for your Son. In his name we pray, amen. I hope you guys have a great week and a really special Christmas.